What is a digital story?
A digital story is a personal narrative created from images and put into a video with music and your own voice.
They can range from your own personal experience to how you view the world and community.
How do you make a digital story?
Step 1. You decide on your topic. It could be about you or a subject that you feel is important.
Step 2. Do your research. Go online, the library, wherever you can find out more information about your topic.
Step 3. Write the script. When you feel like you are ready, write the script. Don't just state facts, tell a story. Give us your personal view on the subject.
Step 4. Collect your images. You need to find or create images that will help tell your story. You can download them, draw them, or even take photos. You have to make sure that your photos help tell your story.
Step 5. Record your voice. Now that you have your script, all you have to do is record your voice. Speak in a clear way and show your passion.
Step 6. Put it all together. Once you have your recording, now you just need to put it all together in a video editor. Make sure that you select good music and take your time to make sure you get it right.
Step 7. Share your story. After you finish putting it together and turn it into a video, now all you have to do is share your story. You can upload it to the internet, show it in class, or even have a film festival. Digital storytelling is a fun way to get your voice heard and to share how you feel to the rest of the world.
There were quite a few positive impacts that were influenced on the students. One major one is that it motivated them to be very active and involved from beginning to end, which is kind of rare. I mean, it's something that we try to do all the time, but it was very nice because the program allows students to be hands-on, but also take charge of the program from beginning to end and own it. There was also an instance where there was a young man who was like, he was like, I don't want to do this, putting his head down. He wasn't doing anything, and Mr. Bodie went over there and was talking to him and, like, come on, get into it, and, and then he kind of laid back off of him and continued to work with the other groups. And from there, it was like before the whole period was over, he was all involved and engaged. And like I said, it was so awesome because I'm here every day. Mr. Woody was only here a couple times a week to come work with us. But it was ongoing from beginning to end, nonstop. So I would encourage just to continue this. I love it.
My favorite part when we was recording and we was talking and then we was having fun, like interacting with each other. What I learned was how to work together and come together and help each other.
I have a great student, but his behavior often gets in the way of a lot of things that he can get done. This project made him a rock star. It was his group that won. And the pride that we saw yesterday when it was announced that he was one of the winners, oh my goodness, it was just gorgeous because it was success after he'd had so many days of no success in the traditional type of classroom setting, that he does meet success when it's hands-on, when it's creative. So we saw how he really did come together as a student, and we realized that that's the kind of project he needs almost every day, just because, yes, he has to do that traditional stuff that we're expecting all students to do, but in the end, I think we have to look at it. What is the best way for all of our students to be as learners? And I think he really emulated that in saying, I am going to be that great quote. Tell me and I might remember, show me and I'll kind of remember, but let me do it and I will always remember. Well, he's that student. And so I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud of how well he's done.
Our favorite part was working together with each other to put the digital story together. As a result of this project, we had learned a whole bunch of statistics and how big texting while driving was and how big it had gotten since last time we had learned about statistics. Such as 23% of car crashes is caused by texting while driving or using the phone while driving.
One positive impact that this digital story program had on my students, well, I have a mixed group of students. I have a lot of special education students that have learning disabilities. I have some with behavior disorder disabilities, and they were all meshed together. They all work together. And one of my winners has 2 children who have an IEP and then 2 children who do not. And what it did is it brought them together as a cohesive group. So there was none of this, oh, he goes to that class or she goes to that class. We were all one big group doing the project together. And it was something that reached out to every learner. No matter how they learned, they could do this project. And I think that was one of the best parts, is how it brought them together as a group. And it enabled them to see everybody learns just in a different way. Just because they learn in a different way doesn't mean they're not as intelligent as you, they can't do the same work as you. It's just everybody has their different style of learning, and they've been able to, as students, see that they can, everybody learns. It's just in a different way. So I think that's been a real positive aspect.
It had a great impact from the first day to the last. I would say from the first day, I noticed my middle schoolers were able to just kind of let go and be themselves. Mr. Woody came in and they did some activities, artistic, vocal exercises, and to watch almost every student in the room give in, let go, and participate, it was a really, really great sight to see. And I think that they let walls down that day, that as the weeks went on and we continued to work on the project, I got to see sides of them that I didn't normally get to see, and definitely not before that day. Well, the teaching artists, they were flexible, they were responsive, all of the different needs of my students. I have a very diverse population, culturally, racially, but also in their personal needs. And I was able to see the resident artists respond to those needs. I had a group of students who were just reluctant writers, reluctant readers, and the second day they were huddled around a computer and they were working intently. I had to take a picture of it and just kind of take that moment in memory so that it would stick with me for the weeks to come. I saw them do things that they had never done before, and I don't think it could have been done without not just a skill set, but also an attentiveness to what the students needed in real time. And I felt like every day was like that. There was a plan, but it revolved around what the students needed.
My favorite part of creating my digital story was working with my teens, because they're all my best friends and they like family.
My favorite part of working with our artist teacher, she was very encouraging. When we had trouble with a subject, she came and helped us. Ms. McKim was very informational. She told us where to find information, including TED Talks, so they were very interactive.
One thing we learned with this program was different ways to edit and ways to add pictures and videos.
As a resident teaching artist, the biggest impact that I saw was the excitement of the students coming in every day and looking forward to creating something. I think there's something to be said out of hands-on creation that you can't really get out of math or science or other subjects in school. So I think this unique opportunity where they actually could make something and put their name on it and feel proud of it was a huge impact, and I think something that made them look forward to coming to the residency every day.
My favorite part of the video was going online and getting the pictures offline and just putting them out there and just looking at them. It's amazing.
Do not, if you're being a bully, do not hit somebody or call them bad words or take something from them without asking.
The positive impacts that I saw overall were, yes, the kids' excitement to do digital stories, but also the teachers' excitement in getting the students to collaborate on different stories, and the fact that they all had to work together in certain situations that they might not have ever really worked with certain students. So to see the overall excitement of collaborating and almost being like filmmakers was really exciting for me to see.
My favorite part was picking out the pictures for the project.
One thing that I learned was how to edit my story.
I enjoyed it because our teachers gave us a lot of information that we could easily use, and they were very funny and creative.
Well, this is born out of a program that we had found a lot of success with. Digital storytelling has been a wonderful tool to integrate curriculum of all kinds and to help with student growth and success in academics, social emotional learning, school environments. And as a partner with CMSD, I think as an organization, we always view ourselves as a collaborative partner. So as we were going into a new year, we were thinking about how can we create something very special. So there were two goals at CMSD that really impacted us in our thinking. One of those was social emotional learning, and another one was increasing community and parent engagement. And knowing our success in the past from digital storytelling, we had a lot of freedom in this program that although I think the program started with this as a 5-day residency, knowing that we were working primarily through our resident artists and even our roster artists that were engaged in this program, they all were so dedicated to this that they were willing to come in on extra days, extra times to come in and work with these kids, even individually if they were having issues or if some of the groups were falling behind, the artists would make time to come in and make sure the work was done. I think schools recognize that as an organization, the partnership comes first, the youth success comes first. So I know in moving forward, with the schools that we work with, we're always going to have a better rapport and better partnership, and that the doors are open and that we can always talk about new ideas. We can talk about what their goals are, and I think that they feel more comfortable knowing that we're always integrating curricular goals into the art forms to be used as a tool for student success.
We are scholars that witness bullying.
We always wish we could fight for him because the kids in the school would bully him so much to where he wouldn't even come to school.
One day I asked to use the bathroom.
When I walked in the stairwell, I seen him getting bullied.
So I stopped and peeked to where they couldn't see me.
I wanted to stop them, but I didn't want them to get in the middle of anything.
When I opened the door, the bullies act like they weren't doing anything.
They left when I got closer.
I started to ask questions like, "Are you alright?"
Did they hurt you?
He told me.
No, I'm alright.
The day went on and he seemed to be sad. The next day he was dead.
It was on the news saying that he committed suicide.
I knew I should have stopped the bullies when I saw them bullying him.
Sincerely, Trayvon Taylor.
Elial Wilson.
DeLeon Jones.
Sincere Allen.
Damn.
Let's go. Yeah. Ghetto children singing. See, they eager to learn how to become the next world leaders.
What is divorce to us?
Our opinion of divorce is that it's way too hard and rough for the children.
If mom and dad aren't there, it just feels so disconnected.
Children are being so easily given up for adoption because two people can't get along.
Parents that don't get along, that are thinking about divorce, should really think about their kids too.
Without our parents,
we lose a part of our identity.
And we grow up without our heroes.
Teen pregnancy. Let's just start by stating the obvious. Teen pregnancy is bad. Also, there are many consequences to teen pregnancy for both the mother and the child. They include health risks, social and emotional problems, premature labor, and children born to teenage mothers are less likely to receive proper nutrition, health care, and cognitive and social stimulations. As a result, they are at risk for lower academic achievement. Children born to teenage mothers are at increased risk for abuse and neglect. Boys born to teenage mothers are 13% more likely to be put in prison later in life. Girls born to teenage mothers are 22% more likely to become teenage mothers themselves. With teen pregnancy, you limit your job choices because you have kids, and your kids always have to be your top priority. Also, what if the teen didn't have supportive parents? How would he possibly be able to pay for schooling, food, clothes, etc. for the child? Imagine you are a boy and you got a girl pregnant. At this young of an age, you're not going to want to take care of a child. So, there's a good chance you will probably just leave instead of taking care of your responsibilities. Now put yourself in the mother's shoes. Chances are she is all alone and probably doesn't know how to raise a kid, let alone without the help of her parents. For all you teens out there, you're still a kid yourself. Don't put yourself through all of that. Teen pregnancy. Let's just start by stating the obvious. Teen pregnancy is bad. Also, there are many consequences to teen pregnancy for both the mother and the child.
Bullying is calling people names and making fun of someone.
Hitting someone or taking stuff without permission.
This is what it looks like.
In school, at home, at camp, on the internet, and in social media.
Speak up.
Okay.
Speak up. Speak up. Stop bullying.
High stepping is a form of gait abnormality characterized by foot drop and jumps like a toe touch, right herky, and left herkies, and also pikes. I chose high stepping because it lets me take off some energy, and high stepping helps me think better.
Shake that.
In the club, party rock. Looking for your girl, she on my jock. Now stop when we in the spot. Booty moving weight like she on the block. With a drink, I got to know. Tight jeans tattoo, cause I'm rock. Half black, half white, down now.
Hip hop is a dance where you can do your own thing in dancing. Let's say one of your friends were feeling down and they wanted to express how they feel. They would dance in a way that everybody would want to join them.
Know what y'all do. But I'm piped up. See that boy right there? He piped up. See that girl right there? She piped up. Pipe it up, 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 pipe it up. I walk in the club just to pipe it up. I stand on the stage and I pipe it up. Get a regular till I pipe it up. Go buy a bando then I pipe it up. Pipe it up, 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 pipe it up. I walk in the club just to pipe it up. I stand on the stage and I pipe it up. Get a regular till I pipe it up. Go buy a bando then I pipe it up.
Praise Dance Ministry was created with purpose to minister to the body of Christ. It also expresses how close you are to God. God is very close to me and my group in school, even if we act like we have no manners, and that's every day. We still know that God is in our heart, and we are in His also.
There's a voice that cries out in the silence, searching for a heart that will love him, longing for a child that will give him their all, give it all. He wants it all. And there's a God that walks over the earth. He's searching for a heart that is desperate and longing for a child that will give him their all, give it all. He wants it all. And he says, love me with your whole heart. He wants it all today. Serve me with your life now. He wants it all today. Bow down, let go of your idols. He wants it all today. He wants it all today. He wants it all today. He wants it all. There's a God that walks over the earth. He's searching for a heart that is desperate.
Eating disorders. Eating disorders are very dangerous. Eating disorders are at any of a range of psychological disorders characterized by abnormal or disturbed eating habits. Here are some things you need to know about this dangerous disorder. First, some people can develop eating disorders from depression. Certain words that people say may leave the thought of being overweight in their minds. For example, they might say you're too fat or lose weight. Sometimes eating disorders are triggered by low self-esteem. Eating disorders are also developed as a way to self-harm. Second, eating disorders can kill you. There are many dangerous and negative effects for having an eating disorder. For example, the dangers of anorexia nervosa is severe dehydration, overall weakness, dry hair and skin, and reduction of bone density. Third, some eating disorders are known that if you have it, you're skinnier than the average person. You can usually see the person's bones from how skinny they are. Some people would think that they only could be skinny if they are 80 to 90 pounds. Besides throwing up their food, people with eating disorders skip days without eating or they eat once a day. In conclusion, eating disorders are very dangerous. If you have an eating disorder or know someone who struggles with one, look for help. Eating disorders can kill. By Jasenia, Monasia, Cecilia, Lavelle, and Deja.
Children are suffering from a hidden epidemic of child abuse and neglect. Every year, more than 3 million reports of child abuse are made in the United States, involving more than 6 million children.
A report of child abuse is made every 10 seconds. More than 5 children die every day under the age of 4.
About 30% of abused and neglected children will later abuse their own children, continue the horrible cycle of the abuse.
14% of all men in prison in the United States were abused as children. 36% of all women in prison were abused as a child.
Drop that beat.
More than 5 children get abused every day. I wonder how it feels when they take in the pain. Man, it's kinda crazy how their parents go insane. Women in prison get abused when they children. Man, I can't imagine how they living and feeling when their parents start killing. They don't care how you feeling. When Iraq ain't the illest, and we do this for children. And I hope we heal them like the way we feel them. Now this video is over. I hope that we can give them closure.
I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain.
Why did you get pregnant at a young age?
Because I didn't make wise decisions and I was irresponsible.
How did you feel when you found out you were pregnant?
I was extremely nervous because I knew I was going to have to tell my mom, and I was worried about her reaction more than anything else.
How did your boyfriend react when you told him?
He was really supportive, but he was also nervous. Yeah.
Would you go against teen pregnancy, and why would you go against it?
Like, am I against teen pregnancy?
Yeah.
I am, because I feel like younger people have a lot more to live for. Like, my life right now is very strict and like I don't have time for anything. I don't get to hang out with friends. I don't get to do anything that a normal teenager would do.
Would you ever change being pregnant at a young age if you had the chance to?
I'd want to have the same baby, just later.
It's harder to be shown. What if my twins ask why I ain't married a mom? Why? Damn. How do I respond? What if my son stares with a face like my own and says he wants to be?
I thought that I've been hurt before, but no one's ever left me quite this sore. Your words cut deeper than a knife. Now I need someone to breathe me back to life. Got a feeling that I'm going under, but I know that I'll make it out alive.
Cyberbullying and bullying are serious issues in which we should put to an end. The term cyberbullying is bullying that takes place using electronic technology.
To be bullied means to be hurt by someone else, physically or emotionally.
Over 80% of teens use a cell phone regularly, making it the most common medium for cyberbullying.
160,000 kids in the U.S. stay home from school every day because of bullying.
Nearly 40% of kids have been cyberbullied.
Bullying others can lead to committing suicide.
About 58% of kids admit someone has said mean or hurtful things to them online. Bullying can lead to
impacting a child's education,
school avoidance,
absenteeism, decrease in grades,
inability to concentrate, loss of interest in academic achievement,
increase in dropout rates.
Girls are 2 times as likely as boys to be victims and perpetrators of cyberbullying.
You watch me beat it till I can't breathe, shaking, falling onto my knees. And now that I'm without your kisses, I'll be needing stitches.
Animal abuse is wrong. Just because a dog can't speak doesn't mean you should abuse it. Animals such as dogs are getting abused by their owners. We should appreciate animals. What would we do without them? What you actually don't know about animals is that they are loving and caring when you give them respect. We know this from personal experience.
I was walking home from school and I saw my neighbor choking their dog on the gate. Is that right?
No.
I witnessed my cousin hitting her dog on the nose. Is that right?
No.
Animal rights are very important. Animals need a good home, loving family, and a safe environment.
Come back. Don't back away. I know, because
Animal rights are very important. Animals need a good home, loving family, and a safe environment.
Stop animal abuse before it goes too far.
Why do people commit suicide?
People commit suicide because they get bullied.
People commit suicide because they feel that nobody understands them in life.
People commit suicide because they're hopeless and unhappy with the way life is going.
People commit suicide because they have lost the person they love.
People commit suicide over bad relationship.
You can prevent suicide by talking to a family member or a friend.
Or getting help by a professional.
By thinking positive in life and making a change in their routine. And by praying about it.
By accomplishing the way life is going.
Many things can make life better.
You just have to hope.
And stay focused.
And not worry about things that are negative.
And your life will turn around in a positive way.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So people keep talking about gangs and stuff, like it's cool. Throwing up signs, doing all of this.
Nah.
Shooting people.
No.
Talking about shooting. It's not cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Go.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Being in the gang is not cool.
No.
Being in the gang is not cool.
No.
You would end up on the news.
Yeah.
You would end up on the news. Being in the gang is not cool.
No.
Being in the gang is not cool. You would end up on the news. Blood everywhere like a pool.
Being in the gang is not cool.
No.
Yeah, you get shut up like fool.
Like a fool.
Yeah, you know I wanna go to do. Wanna, win, not gonna lose. Cause you know I'm chilling with the team. Yeah, you know we getting green and we in school and we getting good grades.
I told you that being in the gang is not cool. You will end up on the news. Blood everywhere like a pool. That we use drugs for tools. That what you use for drugs. You look like a tool. I swear gangs is not cool. I swear them gangs is not cool. Man, in them gangs are not cool. You will get shot at like fool. But I just told you. You will get shot at like fool. Blood everywhere like a pool. Blood everywhere like a cool. Gang violence is all around the world. There are Crips and Bloods. When they don't get what they want, they kill. Most gangs make money off of selling weed and selling dope. All they do is smoke weed every day and live in their mama basement. The police needs to stop gun violence.
Because too many kids are dying. For explain.
Being in the gang is not cool.
No.
Being in the gang is not cool.
No.
You would end up on the news.
Yeah.
You would end up on the news. Being in the gang is not cool.
No.
Being in the gang is not cool. You would end up on the news. Blood everywhere like a pool. They endured abuse day after day, year after year, for more than a decade in the time since their escape. Amanda Berry, Gina DeJesus, and Michelle Knight have shown time and time again that they are survivors. Amanda Berry was rescued from a home where she was held captive for 10 years. Also inside the home was Gina DeJesus, who disappeared in 2004, and Michelle Knight, who disappeared in 2002. As the women were taken for treatment, police arrested 52-year-old Ariel Castro, a former bus driver who later committed suicide in his jail cell. Amanda Berry gave birth to a baby girl named Jocelyn while she was held captive in a Cleveland home on Seymour Avenue, delivered by another one of the young women, Michelle Knight. The girls were happy being free from 10 years of horror in the house on Seymour Avenue. The girls will never forget the tragedy that happened to them.
We feel sexual harassment is a very horrible thing.
It's just sad thinking that anyone could do that to human beings. These women lost 10 years of their life during their captivity in a home of a 52-year-old evil man. We hope these women could forget about the tragedy that happened to them.
Our opinion about sexual harassment is that sexual harassment is a very bad and horrible thing to commit, dealing with the things that happen to these innocent girls. Sexual harassment is a disgusting thing, and we hope it never happens to anyone else.
Hi, my name is Javiana Francis. I am 14 years old. I like singing and dancing often because it helps me with my depression and within everyday life problems.
My name is Brandy. My passion is sports. Sports is my passion because it makes me feel better about myself and help me understand who I am. What passion means to me is passion is a strong, barely controllable emotion.
My name is Tamari Tate. My passion is sports and music. Sports and music is my passion because it expresses myself when I dance and do lots of sports. What passion means for me is to express myself and emotion.
Hi, my name is Kayla Wanton. My passion is singing. The reason I love to sing is I feel like I'm teaching something to the world, and that's how I express myself. Sometimes that's how I get through the day when I sing because it feels like no worries. It makes me understand who I am. That's my passion. What passion means to me, it helps you express yourself and say what you want and say what you mean.
Follow my dreams, you think they were nightmares the way they scream. I make them believe someday I'm gonna be the next big thing.
I never doubt my dreams, I'll always live them out. I'ma tell the world, they gotta hear me out. Just give me one mic so I can scream it loud, cause I can't wait for that someday.
I'm gonna be the next big thing.
I'm a twinkle in the night like the star goes. Yes, I'm gonna be the star of the show. Yes, I'm gonna be the queen of the palace. Yes, cause I know
I'm gonna be the next big thing someday. I'll be the next big thing someday. I'll be the next big thing. I follow my dreams, cause I know they're out there somewhere I can see. I know I am brave, I can make it to the top anyways. Cause I believe someday I'm gonna be the next big thing.
Why is it important to volunteer? It's good to volunteer because you can feel good about yourself. It's good to help out people because when you need help, people can help you. This is important to me because people need help. They need money, they need clothes, they need a home to live in so they won't be on the street. Donating to church and business and goodwill so they can give back. We can all make the world a better place if we volunteer.
Women are trafficked by being promised things such as education or a better life. Victims are being passed from country to country, from ring to ring, moving further away from their home country. Trafficking victims can be physically and emotionally harmed, which is caused by the trafficking. About 70 to 80% of human trafficking is for sex. A trafficker can earn 20 times of what they paid for a victim that they bought. 80% of trafficking victims are female and 50% are children. Family members often sell children into the sex industry.
She was just 13.
How did you get here? How did you become to work in Bar Martini and then sort of do sex work after? How has it come about?
Like many young women, Alang was sold without her knowledge into the sex trade by a family member.
And human trafficking is fueled by poverty and gender discrimination. Also, corrupt governments will often help traffickers forge illegal passports and identification documents. Traffickers will usually recruit children because in the market, children are of high value. Trafficking has been reported in all 50 states. Brazil and Thailand are rumored to have the worst child sex trafficking record. Most children trafficked do not have a traditional pimp. They are treated as criminals despite being under the age of 18. Children who are trafficked often don't consider themselves victims. There are now 27 million sex slaves to this day.
Gang violence. Gang violence is bad. 1 million people have died from the west side to the east side and even the hood. Many people have lost their children in Cleveland due to gang violence. A 5-year-old and a baby have been victims of gang violence within the last 2 months. Gang violence has to stop now. A lot of gangs have been fighting for a long time. It's getting out of control. The lawless felons are fighting in Cleveland. The police need to be aware of these lawless felons. Gang violence mostly happens all at night. Gangs will do anything for money. They will kill babies, teens, and they even try to put kids in the gangs. Kids get captured while walking from school. Stop, stop, stop the gang violence. Say no to thugs. If they try to follow you home, call 911.
I'm just a young man playing video games. I just shot a dude online, I ain't even know his name. Some people do dumb things just to get fame, and they get all their ideas from playing GTA. Walked up in the school shooting people in their brain, tried to blame it on the fact that he going insane. Playing Call of Duty instead of handling duties with his people online, trying to shoot me, staring at the screen, avoiding fatalities. The dude that I shot starting to get mad at me. He's sitting there raging while I'm getting mad happy. All of this transpires to the real world. He gonna walk outside and start to shoot at a girl. He might walk into a college, show his GTA knowledge. This boy could have been a scholar, but he played too much, put his life in a crush. Now he's sitting in an insane asylum. Ship him out after they follow him. This whole story pertains to violence in video games.
Texting while driving, the act of composing, sending, or reading a text message while driving. Many teenagers do it and end up severely injuring or killing themselves and others. Many people hope that it stops, but are there any future solutions to prohibit or stop texting while driving? Well, let's look into the reasons on why people, more specifically teens, do it. Teens do not know the consequences of texting while driving. They are always in a hurry to give or receive information. They believe that there is too small of a chance of getting hurt. Teens do it to show it off. They are bored when they drive. They send messages to tell when they will be somewhere, or they believe the message is more important than their safety. As you can see, many teens don't know that the message can just wait. It only takes 5 seconds of looking at your phone for you to crash. Texting while driving makes you 23 times more likely to crash and also causes 25% of car accidents. That is 1.6 million deaths per year, 330,000 injuries per year, and 11 teen deaths per day on average. That is a lot of car accidents from just a minimal of 5 seconds off the road.
Now, before we can stop it, we have to admit it. 13% of 18 out of 20-year-old drivers involved in a car accident have admitted to texting or calling while driving. But that isn't enough. 82% of Americans aged 16 through 17 own a cell phone. 34% of them have texted while driving, and 52% have talked on a cell phone while driving. But we can't just put the blame on the teens. Adults do it too. 48% of 12 out of 17-year-olds have been in a vehicle while driver texting while driving. 48% of young drivers have seen their parents drive while calling someone. 15% of young drivers have seen their parents text while driving. 27% of adults have sent or received a text message while driving. And 1 in 5 drivers have confessed to surfing the web while driving.
Now we have looked into why people do it and what it causes. Time to look at the solutions. Many people say that some solutions are to turn your phone on silent, turn it off completely, or to put your phone out of reach. But we have technology too. There are many apps to prevent you from texting, and some cars can be connected to your phone so it can notify you when you get a message and read the message to you. Some apps are Drive Cam and AT&T Drive Mode. Parents and teens can also take a text-free driving pledge. With these solutions, we will soon see results, and with the results, we might see many lives saved and less deaths and injuries. So let's hope for the best and come up with solutions and help stop texting while driving.
Child abuse. Child abuse is sexual or emotional mistreatment or neglect of a child or children.
In the United States, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention and the Department for Children and Families define child mistreatments: any act or series or act of commission or omission by a parent or other caregiver that results in harm, potential for harm, or threat of harm to a child.
Child abuse can occur in a child's home or in the organization, schools, or communities the child interacts with. There are 4 major categories of child abuse: neglect, physical abuse, psychological or emotional abuse, and sexual abuse.
And
The topic is about the killing of kids in Cleveland and how the families are supposed to grieve. We wanted to talk about this because there are a lot of kids dying in Cleveland, Ohio. These kids are getting shot, not because they deserve it, it's because they are at the wrong place at the wrong time. Kids are dying because people are careless and they just don't care sometimes. Kids deserve to live, not die. It's not fair to the families that have to suffer because people just don't care. Also, kids are dying because of gang members shooting for no reason. They don't have anything better to do. And that is what we did on the topic about killing of kids in Cleveland, Ohio.
First time I saw you, I knew my life had changed. I would have been dead and gone, but I found purpose when I brought you home.
Why are fathers important?
Fathers teach boys how to be a man.
Fathers teach girls how they should be treated by a man.
Fathers defend their children.
Fathers help support their families.
Fathers provide emotional support for their children.
Fathers love their children no matter what. Me and my brother haven't seen my father in 13 years because he had been locked up. He misses us every day. He wished that he could be with us and my mother. My brothers and I, we pray every single day and hope he comes home tomorrow.
Fathers are important to our lives.
Without them,
we wouldn't be the man we are today.